लाल रंग इसका अपार,
तीखा कम है फिर भी स्वाद,
बेमिसाल बेमिसाल MDH कश्मीरी,
MDH कश्मीरी।
MDH।
Hi there, welcome to the Sunday edition of This Is Exclusive, in which we are going to bust another mischief for coming in from Modi-Yunus's team in Dhaka, where they tried to give a very wrong and politically motivated spin to Yunus's meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Thailand on the sidelines of the BIMSTEC summit. Also, we speak to the family of Braveheart Jaguar Air Force pilot who lost his life in an accident 2 days back in Jamnagar. And then, of course, Prime Minister's interaction with Sri Lankan cricketers. All that and more. Let's begin with the headlines. Prime Minister Modi visits Tamil Nadu and inaugurates a spate of development projects, including the iconic Pamban rail bridge. Chief Minister Stalin breaks protocol by skipping the event. Sri Lankan cricket coach Sanat Jayasuriya requests for a cricket stadium for Tamil-dominated Jaffna. Prime Minister promises to look into the demand.
This is a very wrong decision. Not because they do not have a right to protest, they do have a right to protest. But I would accuse them of spreading a blatant misinformation campaign.
Massive showdown over WAQF amendment bill. On amendment law now, AIM-PLB faces flack over street anarchy call against historic reform.
सरकार बना करके इस कानून को कूड़ेदान में फेंकना। सीए एनआरसी का भी हम लोगों ने प्रस्ताव जो है भेजा था कि नहीं भेजा था कि किसी भी कीमत पे हम लोग सीए एनआरसी को बिहार में लागू नहीं होने देंगे।
After Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, Tejaswi Yadav calls for overturning the WAQF law, says it will be tossed into the dustbin if they are elected to power. And finally, grand Ram Navami celebrations underway across the country. Lakhs of devotees gather for the Surya Tilak of Ram Lala in Ayodhya earlier in the day. All right, let's begin with this exclusive where India has effectively dismissed as mischievous and politically motivated the spin that was sought to be given by Modi-Yunus's press secretary Shafiqul Alam about the meeting that took place between the two leaders, between Modi-Yunus and Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the sidelines of the BIMSTEC summit in Thailand, Bangkok 2 days back. Sources tell us that there was no talk whatsoever of Sheikh Hasina's extradition. Even if Modi-Yunus mentioned it, there was no promise made. Also, that India, in fact, sought an early restoration of democracy by way of elections, with Prime Minister even suggesting that if elections are delayed, it's going to adversely affect the image of Modi-Yunus, who's otherwise a respected man. In fact, if you look at the spin that was given by Shafiqul Alam, okay, we are going to be joined in by Major Retired Ziaul from Dhaka live. Very good evening to Mr. Raza Kareem. And this Shafiqul Alam post, Mr. Kareem, that during the bilateral meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Modi-Yunus, some talk happened about extradition of Sheikh Hasina, and the fact that Prime Minister spoke about how Sheikh Hasina was disrespectful of Modi-Yunus. All these things have been denied. Who's playing these games? Is Shafiqul Alam Does he even understand what mischief he is up to and what it can cost with the kind of spin he is giving to a meeting that took place between the two top leaders?
Thank you. Actually, I saw that post by Facebook post by Shafiqul Alam, and also I saw several news and online media. They have spreaded some opinions and also a few news about Dr. Modi-Yunus and Modi's meeting. And I felt it very much positive, and it was really a very good sign from both India and Bangladesh that the way Dr. Modi-Yunus is extending his hand for cooperation with India, and also the way Modi showed his respect towards Dr. Modi-Yunus, and that clearly reflects that Bangladesh-India relationships is going towards a very positive direction, and we hope that the relation will be very good. And if it really goes so, then that will be good for India and also for Bangladesh. And one thing I should mention that Mr. Modi, Indian Prime Minister, he mentioned that Yunus several times during the meeting. He was several times he was mentioning that India's relation with the people of Bangladesh, not with any single party or individual.
We love people of Bangladesh, and there is no question that India has a strong relationship with the people of Bangladesh. But to give this kind of a spin is wrong. I mean, it really jeopardizes whatever possibility was there of a detent and a thaw.
Yeah, if you can allow me, here is the big questions that basically the one Modi mentioned. If it is so, Bangladesh will be highly pleased, and the nation of Bangladesh, they will start loving India. But unfortunately, during the regime of the fascist government, Sheikh Hasina, it was not as such. At that time, the way Sheikh Hasina reflected India, that India is just serving her purpose only, not the purpose or not the requirement for the Bangladeshi people or the nations or the national interest. So I hope now it will be quite visible. Previously, it was not visible. We have not got such kind of statement from India before. Again, we have not such visibility.
No, I think the Prime Minister in that meeting made it amply clear, Mr. Karim, that for democracy to be respected, it has to have mandate. The government of the day has to have mandate, which obviously the Modi-Yunus regime does not have. It was after multiple requests coming in from Dhaka that India agreed for a meeting between the two leaders, and for press secretary of the chief advisor to be giving this kind of a spin is unfortunate.
Actually, I don't know based on what Shafiqul Alam has given this statement.
So you admit that he has made a mistake? He's made a mistake?
I will not say, because he is quite matured and quite experienced person, definitely based on something.
But that maturity is not visible, Mr. Karim. That maturity you're talking about is absolutely not visible in this post, which is highly irresponsible, even mischievous. I've spoken to sources in the government, and they tell us that nothing like this happened. In fact, Prime Minister did some plain speaking with Modi-Yunus on the situation of minorities in Bangladesh, and obviously Shafiqul Alam is sort of papering over it by saying that it's all social media distortion. Modi-Yunus was clearly told that this is not social media distortion, these are facts on the ground.
Actually, it would be very wise and mature if you would keep the Shafiqul Alam present here. And I think that could be really good. I don't know whether you have invited him or not. In his absence, actually, I should not explain him or explain his mind.
You are right.
Because the post he has given, he is a person, he's a very responsible person, and he is the spokesperson for Dr. Modi-Yunus. So I should not actually do any comments which I am not very sure about him. So,
I believe he got this sense of belated responsibility, perhaps because I hear that perhaps the tweet or the post was deleted, but then the damage had been done. Hopefully, Mr. Karim, we will hear more responsible voices, particularly after the two top leaders have met.
In this kind of scenario, I'll request you to keep that person present. And
I will, of
think,
course, through you, request that
Bangladesh India
Shafiqul
has to
Alam
be-
comes and speaks to Republic Network and puts across his side so that we can also ask him some questions. Thank you so much, Mr. Karim, for joining us in this broadcast where we have brought some aspects of mischief coming in from Dhaka, unfortunately, but hopefully this should change. Moving on to an unfortunate accident that led to the loss of life of a braveheart, a young soldier, IAF fighter pilot, and in the loss of Siddharth Yadav, we have again come face to face with a situation where the Indian Air Force is seen to be struggling with old vintage aircraft. In fact, even as we are going to focus on this story over the next couple of days, because it's important, earlier in the day, Republic spoke to the family of Siddharth Yadav in his village in Haryana. Gopi Shah, our correspondent, traveled all the way to the village to speak to the family. Let's listen to their sentiments.
India loses yet another son in the form of Flight Lieutenant Siddharth Yadav. We are currently here in Rewari at his residence, and we are joined by his father, Mr. Sushil Yadav. Sushilji, as far as what we have understood, yours is a family who have always contributed for the country. Can you please tell us something about your family and 4 generations of contribution that you have done?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, this is Siddharth's great-grandfather, he was in Bengal Engineers, and during the British era he has served, and my father, that's his grandfather also, he was in air defense system in Para. Myself, I also served the Indian Air Force for 20 years, and now I'm serving in LIC. And my 2 nephews are also in the Air Force, the 4th generation. Siddharth was from the 4th generation. He got the commission, the first commission officer in the family, ma'am.
So how and when did Siddharth develop his passion for flying or participating in contributing for the country? Obviously it runs in the genes, but how was the passion like?
Actually, he was with me in Air Force stations. We are with part of the Air Force station, Bhoj Air Force Station, Jodhpur. So in the residential area, continuously the fighters are flying in the night and day. So the children are watching this, how the machines are flying. And he got passionate about the machines. While crossing through the runway and the sidelines, he usually was the aircrafts. So he was just passionate about the fighters.
The unfortunate incident has happened, and India, not just you, but India has lost a son. How would you want to address this, and how would you want to put forward this in front of people at large? What are your feelings right now? I'm sure you won't be able to put them in words, but if you could share something about that.
Actually, it is very painful for the father, but we are I have mentioned the generation, for the generation we are serving the army and Air Force. Let the people, somebody should go and serve the nation. It is definitely, ma'am, we have to secure our borders. So I have sent my son, it was his the hobby or the serve the nation. So he is gone, and it is unfortunate that we have lost him, but for the missions, he was on mission. So it's a part of his duty, and so it is painful for the father, but he was my only son. But he has lost for life for his country. That is proud for me.
So we really salute your bravery and the contributions that, in fact, your family has made over 4 generations. And I'm sure nobody is to be blamed towards this untoward incident which has happened. But would you want to speak something regarding this?
No, I will not blame anybody. We are fully operational, and we are capable of the fight with any force, any neighbors, our China or Pakistan. So we are very much capable of. But it was the incident, some bird strike was there, bird hit, and we have lost my sons due to this engine seize. So I will not blame anybody for this. If there's some technical issue was there.
All right, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who was in Chhattisgarh last evening, in Gujarat in the morning, in Rajasthan in the afternoon, I just landed up in Jammu and Kashmir for a security review. He's going to be there in the Union Territory over the next 3 days, and the objective is to do a comprehensive security review through meetings where the entire brass of the Jammu and Kashmir administration, including Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, top officials from the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the Army, the paramilitary forces, the Jammu and Kashmir Police, intelligence agencies, senior civil administration officers, everyone is going to be there in multiple meetings. These are pictures of the convoy of the Union Home Minister, who's just landed a while back in Jammu for his 3-day stay. And a key focus will be on strengthening strategies to ensure zero infiltration along the line of control and the international border with Pakistan. The meeting comes in the wake of a recent terror attack in Kathua, which claimed the lives of 4 personnel of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, and other multiple attempts by Pakistan to breach ceasefire across the border. In fact, the breach of ceasefire that has happened twice in the last 1 week happened after a gap of 3 years, and I think that is an immediate trigger in visit of Union Home Minister, providing an immediate trigger for the visit of Union Home Minister Amit Shah to Jammu and Kashmir for that security review. Gursimran joins us live from Jammu. Gursimran, what's exactly on the agenda? Is this meeting different from the regular security review meetings that take place at South Block and the North Block, in fact, of the Ministry of Home Affairs?
Certainly, Abhishek, it is reason being that Amit Shah is on ground himself, and tomorrow he will be visiting the Indo-Pakistan international border, wherein he will be interacting with the troops of the Border Security Force. We'll get a ground assessment of the situation from the ground commanders themselves, and then the security review meeting will take place in the summer capital of Jammu and Kashmir, that is in the Srinagar, on 8th of April. That is the unified headquarters meeting that will take place, and the security review and the arrangements review of the Amarnath Yatra that is slated to start from 3rd of July to 9th of August. In a short while from now, Amit Shah has reached the Raj Bhavan in Jammu and Kashmir in Jammu, and he has met the Lieutenant Governor at the Raj Bhavan as well. He was received by the Lieutenant Governor. He had a meeting with the Lieutenant Governor. In a short while from now, he will be reaching the BJP headquarters today evening, wherein he will be having a meeting with the BJP cadres as well as the core group of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Tomorrow, he will be heading towards the international border in the Kathua's Hiranagar, where he will be meeting the top brass, the ground commanders of the BSF, and also he will be interacting with the BJP MLAs tomorrow evening. Abhishek.
All right, thank you so much, Gursimran, with those details. The Union Home Minister also to travel to the border to check for himself the security grid, and that's the purpose. We'll keep you updated on what happens next over the next 36 to 48 hours in Jammu and Kashmir, insofar as security review is concerned, with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah's visit panning out. Moving on for now, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while in Sri Lanka, interacted with members of the 1996 World Cup winning cricket team, and said the triumph captured the imagination of countless sports lovers across the world. Prime Minister met up with Sri Lankan legends Marwan Atapattu, Chaminda Was, current senior men's team coach Sanat Jayasuriya, and Arvinda De Silva, among others, who had played a crucial role in Sri Lanka's World Cup triumph against Australia and India in 1996. In fact, during the interaction, Sri Lankan cricket coach Sanat Jayasuriya requested for a cricket stadium for Tamil-dominated Jaffna, to which Prime Minister said and promised that he would look into it. Take a listen.
ट्रेन में जब अहमदाबाद खेल रहे थे तब शायद आप एम्पायर थे, मैं देखते गया में जब भारत ने वर्ल्ड कप जीता और 96 में आप लोगों ने वर्ल्ड कप जीता, दोनों ने एक प्रकार से क्रिकेट दुनिया को बदल दिया। और मैं तो मानता हूँ अगर T20 का जन्म हुआ तो 96 की आपके मैच के तरीके में से पैदा हुआ है। बाकी वैसे भी सुनना चाहूँगा मैं कुछ आजकल क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या बताना चाहेंगे। अभी क्रिकेट के साथ नाता जैसा आप अभी भी कोचिंग कर रहे हैं।
Most of these guys are involved with cricket at the moment, and I think today they want more pressure than playing the finals, meeting you. I think I will talk on a different topic there. Yes, when we won the World Cup in '96, but one of the reasons why we won because there are two teams who didn't come to Sri Lanka, West Indies and Australia. At the time, we were the number 4. Yes, and India helped us sending a team here for us to play to show the world that it's a secure place, and that's one of the reasons that Sri Lanka went on to win the World Cup. So we are ever so grateful to India.
मुझे याद है उस समय भारत ने जब निर्णय किया कि हम तो जाएंगे, क्योंकि बम ब्लास्ट के बाद सारी टीमें भाग रही थी, और मैंने देखा था कि उस समय आपके सब प्लेयर्स ने उसको बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया कि भारत ने बहुत ही खेलदिली दिखाई है, क्योंकि जो मुसीबत श्रीलंका के लोग झेल रहे हैं उसको अपने नसीब पे नहीं छोड़ा। वे भी आए, चलो हम भी आते हैं, देखते हैं क्या होता है। तो इसको आपके यहाँ खेल जगत ने बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया था। आज भी भारत के लोग उस स्पोर्ट्समैन स्पिरिट था उसमें, एक तरफ बम ब्लास्ट थे, दूसरी तरफ स्पोर्ट्समैन स्पिरिट था, और बम ब्लास्ट के सामने स्पोर्ट्समैन स्पिरिट जीता था। और इतना ही नहीं, वो स्पिरिट आज भी है। जैसे 96 उस बम ब्लास्ट ने पूरे श्रीलंका को हिला दिया था। 29 में यहाँ जो बम ब्लास्ट हुआ और चर्च के अंदर जिस प्रकार की घटना हुई, उसके तुरंत बाद मैं पहला दुनिया का कोई नेता था जो श्रीलंका आया था। उस समय बम ब्लास्ट के बाद भी भारत की टीम आई थी, इस बार बम ब्लास्ट के बाद मैं आया, बट स्पिरिट कंटिन्यू है। श्रीलंका के हर सुख दुख में साथ रहना, ये स्पिरिट भारत का वैसा का वैसा है।
As a Sri Lankan, as a neighborhood country, I umpired the World Cup final in your Ahmedabad, the ground, and that is the biggest ground in the whole world. Actually, that was a fantastic atmosphere and fantastic ground for the cricket, and I think everyone loves to play and umpire over there.
So my first tour was to India in 1990. My first year, that was my first tour. And the same memories I have because I was there in India for a month. I came about 5 days ago. We regularly visit India, and I have to say, whenever Sri Lanka in crisis, especially in financially, India always steps up and give that support. So we ever thank to India because we feel that India is our brother. So we feel home when we go to India. So thank you, sir. Thank you.
Like Ramesh said, when we had the unrest, the problems in Sri Lanka, we were without the petrol, diesel, no current, no lights, and I think you and the governments help us a lot. So we always grateful and thank you for helping our country. We are grateful for you, sir, for helping Sri Lanka. And also, I have a small request, sir. As a coach of Sri Lanka cricket at the moment, we play all over Sri Lanka except Jaffna. I want, as a coach of Sri Lanka cricket, I would love to, if India can help us to bring international ground in Jaffna, there will be a big help for the people in Jaffna, north and eastern part. So that we have lack at the moment. So we will not isolate a northern part. So they will also come very closely work with the Sri Lanka cricket, and we are working on it at the moment, but it will get more closer if you play international games in Jaffna. So I have a small request, if can help to bring something.
मुझे जय सूर्या के मुंह से ये सारी बातें सुन करके बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, क्योंकि ये बात सही है। जहाँ तक भारत का हमेशा रहता है कि नेबरहुड फर्स्ट, जितना जल्दी हम पड़ोसी देशों की किसी भी संकट में मदद कर सकते हैं। अभी आपने देखा हो म्यांमार में भूकंप आया तो हम फर्स्ट रिस्पोंडेंट थे, क्योंकि हम मानते हैं कि हमारे पड़ोस के मित्र देशों के लिए चिंता सबसे पहले करना भारत की जिम्मेवारी भी। बड़ा देश है और जब ये आर्थिक संकट आया और बहुत बड़ी परिस्थिति थी तो भारत का तो एक ही मत था कि भाई हम श्रीलंका इस संकट में से बाहर आना चाहिए और हम उसको पूरी मदद करेंगे। इस भूमिका से हमने ये कोशिश की, हम तो इसे अपना कर्तव्य मानते हैं। और मैं आज भी आपने देखा होगा मैंने कई नए प्रोजेक्ट्स के अनाउंस किए हैं, लेकिन मुझे अच्छा लगा कि आपने जाफना की चिंता की है और ये अपने आप में बहुत अच्छा मैसेज जाएगा कि श्रीलंका का एक क्रिकेट लीडर, जाफना में भी क्रिकेट होना चाहिए, वो बाहर नहीं होना चाहिए, इंटरनेशनल गेम वहाँ भी खेली जानी चाहिए। ये विचार अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी ताकत देता है और मैं आपको विश्वास देता हूँ मेरी टीम इस पर ज़रूर कुछ नोट करेगी कैसे किया जा सकता है। लेकिन मुझे अच्छा लगा आप लोगों ने समय निकाला, पुरानी यादें ताज़ा हुई, सबके चेहरे रहने के लिए मौका मिल गया। लेकिन मैं चाहूँगा कि भारत के साथ अपना नाता बना रहें और आप जो भी सामना करें, मेरी तरफ से जो भी आपको सहयोग हो सकता है करें।
आज दही बड़ा खाने का मन है।
वाह क्या स्वाद।
असली स्वाद तो MDH दही बड़ा रायता मसाले से ही आता है।
MDH